Constantine. Adal and Lemar, Ithesa in terminis passius, Manachti Celtic Bian, Warantoch enna del Hevel. And Hanoracoic Langostentin you, ha lan equal lan monastic enclosure. Ithesa and Manachtimar and Keith ago Manactio Ero, Dreffenbow Century enna. Meis an ger century you glebe inweth, ha nins esatol ragantir glebe. In English, in front of us is well, behind me, is the place where there was once a small Celtic monastery, probably on the mound. The name Lan means a monastic enclosure, so Constantine is Langostentin. The monastery here was the same as other monasteries because it offered sanctuary, but the word century also means glebe in Cornish, and glebe lands do not pay any taxes. And Cuthfamar, Century Lane, Yui Hanno, hag Imar and Loath glebe, a walles in Nan's Wath. Iman Coon Ol and Dreveglos al Curthis enna. The footpath here is called Century Lane, and there are still the glebe gardens in the valley below. All the dogs in the church town walk there. Imar inweth wethel piodha in Keva bounder century. Idessa in Eitegves clans bedden, ran an Gregorian o Shifa Frank in Langostentin, and Gwara Frank Lundis Cuthis in Bal o Wallace in Vremar, hagan century a Saf a Warther in Vounder. Injaith Ithesel Bresel Inter and Dace Langostentin hagan Withisi toll. There is a good story about Century Lane. In the 18th century, some of the population of Constantine were involved in smuggling. The smuggled goods were hidden in a mine adit at the foot of this hill, and a sentry posted at the top of the lane, hence a second meaning of sentry. One day there was a fight between the men of Constantine and the customs and excise men. Imar Inweth, a Wallis Anvray, and Forth Park Munger. Martesan and Forth Manachti in terminis Parsius. Monk's Path. Mays Martesan, Nins Uguira Woes Bows and Hanno Park Munger, raise Ganzan Consul Kerria, Heb Consulians and Vueves. There's also down this hill a road called Park Munger. Perhaps this road was also the monk's path in times past, but it may not be true, as the name Park Munger was imposed by Kerria Council in recent times without any consultation. Mays, Pew o sen Constantine. But who was St. Constantine? Next chapter. Lesser Ram.
After the Romans left Britain, the country divided. Cornwall and Devon was the kingdom of Dumnonia. The people here spoke in the old British language, but the learned folk wrote and read Latin. Some people from Cornwall and Devon in Great Britain went across the sea to America. That place is called Brittany now, or Little Britain. The north part is called Dumnonee, and the south is called Cornwall, or Cornwall. The Breton language is very like Cornish still.
Constantine, king of Dumnonia. About the year 550, St. Gildas wrote a book called The Ruin of Britain. He denounced all the wicked kings and almost everybody else. He called King Constantine the tyrant cub of the unclean lioness Demonica. Constantine, though officially a Christian, had murdered 2 young men, probably his nephews, actually inside a church. This was sacrilege. He had done many other wicked things. "I know you are still alive," wrote Gildas. "You have this time to repent." But where was King Constantine?
Oh, piuo michtan Constantine, piuo sen Constantine. Utoma isto Constantine agerno. De leveria, Constantine ordain purish a nobil, a pehenic tir efan ha bras in kerno, if agara helcha interior ihonen. So here's the story of Constantine of Cornwall, the legend, if you like. It's said that he was a very wealthy man, a nobleman, and he owned large he was a large landowner, owner of large lands, and he liked hunting across his land. Un jaith, Vesef o helcha caro in Cerno Agleith, ogos then morep, and caro helcha sa Wheelis harbour in Ankargi St. Petroc. Constantine a Venus lather an caro, in dispute with St. Petroc, mes ansants a riki difen. So one day he went hunting at stag somewhere in North Cornwall near the coast. The stag that was being hunted sought refuge in St. Petroc's hermitage, and Constantine wanted to kill the stag in spite of St. Petroc, but St. Petroc refused to allow him. And I've got a picture here. So, itho, Constantine a vu scatjes gans palgi, if agothas a ddiworth an mach, hep as wandels, mes St. Petroc an gweitha in the Ankargi. So, Constantine, on his horse, was struck with palsy or had a stroke, or whatever you like to say for that. And he fell off the horse, unconscious. So St. Petroc took him into his hermitage and nursed him until he got better. Ha Constantine amwelhes effordein difelebis huvel ha weik. Ni vina ef helche na lather travi, if eith ha bos anka kepa ha St. Petroc. So Constantine, when he got better, was converted, a converted person. He was very humble and gentle. He didn't want to hunt or kill anything anymore, and he became a hermit, just like St. Petroc. So, Ithesa Ankargi Constantine in Cernogleith, gans chapel ha Fenton Sants, in blue Sintamerin, August the Big Constantine. There was the hermitage of Constantine in North Cornwall. It had a chapel and a holy well in the parish of St. Merrin, near Constantine Bay. I mamagorio huathena del Grisaf, Constantine den rish o pehenic tirio efan, if a rose tier oma, black manachti, gans martesen eglos bien, behevis war Greek Koth. So there are still the ruins of St. Constantine's chapel in North Cornwall, which can be visited. I've not myself seen them actually. But Constantine was a very wealthy man, so he was the owner of large amount of land. So he gave land here, right here, for a monastery. And was St. Constantine the same person as this King Constantine we heard about?
On the bottom left-hand corner of the stained glass window in the Lady Chapel, we see two Cornish choughs. Here we see the cross of the War Memorial, Lichgate, and the church house.
Do you know where is the Tropheusis?
I couldn't find them.
The Tropheusis turn.
Du Guinness.